peeps, we're back to it. So yeah,
Father had the oleander planted in your mother's
just
bamboo.
ignore this guy. So basically,
They were her favorite.
something I was going to say
They
about this
always
game is
brought
it
us
has
luck.
no checkpoints. That would make the game so much better in the sense of having you don't have to play the whole game through again. But I
Sometimes the
think
girls have
what the
difficult days.
designers wanted,
Some of us like to
other
keep
than
it
the
there,
fact
deep
that
down
this
inside.
isn't really a
Hello.
game, they've just
Didn't think you'd
made
be
a
up.
very short,
This is ERiCA Mason. She
very
was
very
dangerous.
short film into an
Didn't have
interactive
Needle
game.
lady this morning. Until you
Um,
boosted up Ballard,
One
making perfume.
YouTuber, DL Jado,
Or you could always go hang out with
reviewed
Terry.
this game
Actually,
the
they're about to
best
serve
out of
lunch.
all the reviews I looked at. A lot of the shills are just like,
Why
yeah,
don't you
it's a
go and
good.
grab yourself a girls?
Sorry.
Who doesn't love a good old soggy
fuck?
sandwich in the company of strangers?
Yeah, so all these other people, all these shills were like, yeah, it's a good game and blah blah blah, and they had like a couple of little gripes. This game is nothing but gripes. The one thing I will say is that
I mean, he doesn't
one
want
of
to
the
come and hang out with me
trophies
for the whole afternoon.
literally is
They
thank
used
you
oleander
for
and delphi
getting
to
all
make
the
trees.
endings. I think
They thought
seeing
it
all the
gave
major
power of
endings.
second sight.
But I mean, I couldn't imagine trying to platinum this. Like it would be just a pain, just an absolute nightmare, and it just wouldn't be fun or worth doing. Just boring, you know. It would just be a slog, and it wouldn't be entertaining or fun or worth
Set on
playing
fire,
just to get the trophies. It's
fumes
just
inhaled.
no. But my main gripe, like I say, is it doesn't have checkpoints. If it had checkpoints, and when I say checkpoint, I don't mean a checkpoint. I think I might have said before, not every 5 seconds.
The priestess
But,
saw visions of the future.
You know, again, you know, the more I look at this game, the more I think it's just done poorly.
Oh, that's
It
no
could have been
shame.
done so much
They could
better.
have just soaked it in oleander
And,
and perfume.
I'd rather see the future.
You know, there's so
than
many
smell
gripes that I just look at the game and I
Erica,
think
can
to
you get the
myself,
matches
it's
out of the desk, please? Top left drawer.
not only that, how naive were these people? The young girls, you know, again, how old are they? You know, a little bit of their background,
Maybe I
actual
should have.
interest
Yeah.
in them. They just seem so willing, you
You're
know,
tired.
and then all of a sudden it's like
Maybe
when
when we're done, we should
incidents
go and lie
happen,
down.
it's like they're just totally random. They just don't seem to have a brain cell among them. It wouldn't happen. This kind of shit wouldn't happen.
Now,
And if
All
it
we have
did
to
happen,
do
it would happen on a
is
massive
wait.
scale, not to this very small capacity.
lucky for you
It
girls,
feels
here's
so
what I prepared for you.
minuscule in the grand scheme of what it is. And when I say grand scheme, I mean like
Put that
what
by
they're
your
actually
hand.
doing.
And I promise
There'd be
the
much more.
sweetest of dreams.
It'd be much more covert. There'd be much more to it. It'd be fleshed out. For it to sort of make sense, but it's just so in your face. Another issue I have is, you know, the fact that, again, spoilers. The girls are being killed off. They're just doing brain surgery on them, and they're dying. And then, you know, there would be there'd be a massive cover-up involved. There'd be more information. It would be huge. It would be a big deal. There'd be journalists. You know, again, it makes out that it's just happening, and it's happening, and there's nothing else but what's going on, and it just doesn't feel authentic in any way. But yeah, your choices also don't really affect the story. I mean, again, someone else reviews this game a lot better, but it's just the potential is there. The idea is a clever one. It's just executed in such a shitty way. And again, it just feels. It doesn't even feel rushed. It just feels like they didn't really give a shit. They wanted to tell whatever kind of story they wanted to tell in their own way. You know, I mean, at this point, I didn't want to turn the thing on. Because it's like, why would you just trust someone like that to have this incensey burning type deal? I mean, it's just stupid. It's dumb. It doesn't You don't feel like you care about the characters, but it's fashion. The way it's fashioned is to make you care about at least ERiCA, but you find it so hard because she does stupid things, and the choices that are given to you are dumb fucking choices, and the way that the choices are laid out, you know, it shouldn't be a game. It's all flair and no actual story. Like, it's almost like it feels to me as though an actual cult who's doing somewhat similar things to what's happening in this story in real life decided to make a game, and they had no idea how to make a game, you know, what would constitute entertainment, and it's almost as if it is a message that an actual cult is trying to convey, but in like
ERiCA.
almost in like a positive way, but making it out to be like a, you know,
Get up.
like
You've got mail.
full of awe, and but it feels disconjointed, disconnected. It's almost just like
What are you doing?
they throw
ERiCA got a
terror in your face, they throw incidents in your face, and then when it gets to a certain point, it just feels like what's supposed to constitute action and progression in the story, it just isn't happening. And again, there was this YouTuber who reviewed this game much better than me. Spoilers. There's this character who disappears, seems like. And so if they had it where ERiCA is actually the perpetrator, she's the one doing all these things, then it would kind of be more like, you know, the idea she's losing her mind and she doesn't realise she's got like a split personality. But then that kind of story would involve a lot of very clever,
hideous.
nuanced type ways of doing it. Like her, do you know what I mean? They'd have to show it, or at least make certain scenes that would have you be able to make sense of it yourself, or try and join the dots yourself. But they don't even do that. It's just, I mean, like this, like, it just seems, I don't know, it's weird. It's so peculiar. I have never come across a game like this in my life, because there are so many
Give it space.
things that it wants to try and be similar to, but it just doesn't pull them off, or it does it in such a terrible way that it's just, I mean, it's not cool, man. It's almost like they think their audience are fucking stupid as fuck, and like this constitutes, you know, a thrilling, you know, scenario, and that, yeah, it's just it's bollocks, mate. It really is. And I was looking at the trophies just because I thought I'd have a little look. The way that the trophies need to be achieved, there's so many specific things you need to do, like answer.
Yesterday.
You know,
We're still trying to get a description.
very, very, very specific. And like, say for example, you
Take a look
you
at this.
answer one thing one way. If you then have another option where you've got like 6 choices and you choose 5 of them instead of the one that you have to choose in order for it to progress that thing. I mean, they're so specific, and it just is how the fuck you would ever find out the information. Like all those people that have put it online for people to know, props to them, man. Because just learning about this game is irritating. You know? And there's so many points in the game where I'm
And then
not
there's
shouting
this.
out loud, but I'm like, why would I?
Why say
Like,
no?
there's things I would want to say myself, and none of them are coming up on the screen. So it's like most of the time I just stay silent. Because I mean, most of the time as well, I wouldn't even want to communicate with these people because they're all fucking crazy.